So last class, right, we were stuck in log monitoring, correct?
Yes.
Actually, in last class, that feature we haven't seen. Yeah, it was not getting listed. That is the reason it was not able to configure that. Okay. So for log monitoring, right, we can ingest the logs with many ways. Okay, with many ways. So we'll be discussing first thing via APIs. How you can do via APIs. Then second thing, how you can ingest via Fluentbit. Fluentbit. Third, how you can ingest via OneAgent. Fourth, how you can do ingest via S3 bucket. Did anyone has implemented? So OneAgent is normal, okay. In on out of this, right? OneAgent is the main, okay, because the propriety of Dynatrace, right? The Dynatrace product. So it will be easier and very easy to implement, and you can get a lot of visibility that integration. But people used to ingest via Fluentbit also. They can ingest via S3 also. You can ingest via Lambda also. Lambda also. You can ingest via Logstash. Anyone heard about Logstash? Just like a Fluentbit. Okay. So we'll be doing APIs, Fluentbit, OneAgent, and S3. Okay. Lambda is a part of Lambda we can trigger so that it will be easier for S3 bucket. Okay. So first, what we'll be doing is I'm creating one server. This server I have used for testing. Okay. So I'm creating a new server, which is our pet clinic. Pet clinic -demo. Okay. Imagine Linux. It will not take much time. 2 virtual CPU, 4 GB of RAM. Create a new key pair. Yeah, we have a bind plane, right? Okay. Let me see which plane we have. Bind plane double E. Okay. Select the security group. Default. 60 GB of space. Okay. I'm creating a 2 instance. Okay. One will be using for pet clinic. Second you will be using for Fluentbit. Okay. So I'm using a 2 instance. Hope recording in progress, right? Huh. So this is I've created only one. Shit. Instance image template launch mode like this. Number of instance. Let them load. This is a Fluentbit server. Zero one. Okay. Nothing difference. Okay. Launch. Oh. So
You can see 2 instances.
one is okay. Already I have created 2 server. Okay. So one is Fluentbit server. Bit hyphen server 01. Okay. Now let me log into my pet clinic demo. So copy the public IP. Delete the session. SSH. EC2-user. Okay, white in plain. This server is rename it where we have rename. Okay, this is my pet clinic. Okay, you can see my screen, right? Yes, I'll zoom it a little bit.
Wait.
Now it is fine.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, now let me log into my another server, which is our uh, Fluentbit server. I'll do everything in one shot. Okay, so this is my Fluentbit server. Public IP EC2-user. Advanced setting, use private key. Bind plane. Okay, this is my okay. So now sudo space su yum update -y. So first, how you can ingest a logs via API. Okay. So first, you need to understand, right? For API, you can ingest the logs. Okay. So what I can do is 1 second. For APIs, I can run this. Okay. So basically, I need what for any logs you want to ingest, right? What kind of access token is required? Tell me. What kind of access token required?
Just
Ingest.logs. Okay. Because you are ingesting only logs. So first I need a API token. So I'll generate a token ingest.log escape. Here also you type. So you'll get this. Okay. This is my token. Token will be visible only one time. So copy this, put it in Notepad. So this is my API token. I'll give you this configuration file. Okay. Which is this. And the scope is ingest.log. Okay. Now what I can do is let me via API. So we are ingesting via API. Via APIs. So Control V, and I need a Dynatrace URL. So Dynatrace URL is this. I will copy this, paste in Notepad, and I need a API token. So this is my API token. Control C and paste it. Okay, copy this command and paste in server. This is my pet clinic server, right? So I will right click, paste it. Got done. So now if I'll goes to my Dynatrace portal and I will goes to my log page, search for logs. Wait for a few minutes. Last 10 minutes. You see, 716 log came. Got this right. Pet clinic application started successfully. And you see this via APIs, log source. You see this right? API. So what we have given this log source API environment demo. So this is the key value you are passing, right? So attributes you are passing, so that will easier to understand the log is coming from where. Okay. So that key value can be captured. So see log source API environment demo, host name pet clinic hyphen server, service name Spring pet clinic, and severity info, something like that. Okay. So people, these are things, right? Rarely people used to do that. Okay, basically somewhere is coming from the logs and you want to ingest via API something, then you can in the code itself the people used to do that, so it will be easier for whenever this call is happening automatically this log getting ingested. Okay, so people used to do that rarely. Okay, this scope, right, people used to do, actually developer used to do that. They want to ingest, not like observability admin or something for implementation they used to do that. Okay, second use case. So this part you understood. Second use case is via OneAgent, right? So OneAgent is very simple. So we need to install the OneAgent. So let me set up the application first. Okay. So let me install Java first to install Pet Clinic. So this is the command to install Java. Second use case is via OneAgent. Okay. So first install Java. Then once Java is installed, I need to install Git and Maven. Then only Pet Clinic application can be installed.
But the log says pet clinic is already started.
Just we have given the log message. This is the log message. Okay, just whatever the message you are writing, right? See here, if I'll write Pet Clinic stop successfully, that message will go to as a content because you are passing that content as a JSON and you are ingesting to Dynatrace via API. Okay, you can give anything. Okay, now so what I will.
Maybe just one question on this one. So if I have some kind of custom scripts or something, I can use this API, right? If I want to send the
Huh,
message on whenever.
huh,
So
huh, huh, you can use that.
like yesterday's, I think the use case where somebody was talking about the files and number of files older than this thing. If you have a custom script, you can just probably trigger the message using this log, right? And we
Huh,
can trigger the.
huh, you can do that. You can this curl script, right? You can write on top of that wrapper, which is your SSH script, okay? And you can inject inside that, you can, it will go to curl. Whenever that script runs successfully, it will take the data log and will send via APIs.
Yeah, we can schedule via cron or something to run every 5 minutes one second.
That
Yeah,
also you can
those
do that.
cases, right? Yeah.
Huh. So now, so Maven got installed. What I installed just now. Okay. Maven got installed. cd/opt Installing done. ls spring pet clinic. Okay, I'm creating some files. I'm creating one folder. Okay, then I'm inside the folder. I'm creating one petclinic.log. Okay, and then I'm giving the permission. Okay, now cd spring pet clinic ls, run this application. Okay. So /maven package. I have to build the application, right? Before that, let's install the OneAgent also. Infrastructure and operation. Log page. So these are the commands. Actually, commands are kept ready. Okay. Now, so cd // you can understand, right? Which folder I need to run Maven package. Okay, you have to build this. Go to inside the spring pet clinic application, run the below command. Okay, done. Now I can run this. Got started. ps-ef pipe grep pet clinic running. Check the logs, because logs file already we have created, right? So we are seeing the logs, which is good. Now, so let's install OneAgent. So I will go to here, install. Again, I have to kill the application. Linux, next, full stack, next, generate a token, copy this, goes to cd/home/ec2-user, run this. Then this step is not mandatory, so you can go with this step. Okay. What happened? OneAgent failed to connect Dynatrace cluster node. Why? How much storage we have taken? 60, right? Good. So now OneAgent is connected. System CTL status OneAgent dot service is running. Now what I will do is ps-ef kill -9 2898. Okay, killed. Now let's run this. Okay, got. So my application is running. Let's try that. So this is my Fluentbit. I have a pet clinic demo, which is this. Copy the IP. Control V colon 8080. So my application is running. So log is getting money. Why? Why? 80. Oh, I understood what is the issue. We are in different path. If you do, you see nothing is running. cd slash opt cd spring pit clinic, and I have to run this. Now you try. Hey, what is happening here? Unless. Hmm. Hmm. The server is very less, right? So that is the reason it's taking time. So my application is running. So now you can see the logs, right? Logs will be coming. So if you go to the host page, yeah, if you go to this log section page, you can find the data source. Correct? Means how many data sources getting captured. Where? Means one agent will do auto discover, right? Now how you can do the custom log source? You see that 4 is getting discovered. I don't know why it is coming to host. Somebody has installed something. So our log source is coming. Okay. Because we have enabled many features, that is the reason it is coming, which is fine. So log source are coming. Now, so if you see, if you go to the host page, discovery and coverage page, so deployment status, okay. So this is my server, right? Hmm. Info process. Tell me where you can see the logs. Host page, you can't see logs?
Overview. Go to overview
Where?
on the
Ah,
top logs.
where? Huh. So here you see that logs, right? So logs are coming, which is good. Okay, so now your log source are coming, which is your complete logs for which you will auto discover by Dynatrace. Okay, now suppose you want to, which is not discovered by Dynatrace, how you can do that, right? Basically, so what you have to do is when it is not discovered by Dynatrace, so there is a custom log source, right? Which you can create that. So what I can do is I'll go to collect and capture log monitoring, configure log modules. So I'm creating one custom log source, okay, and giving some log information, okay. So I'm going cd/opt ls, okay. Now I'm creating mkdir payment-service, okay. Then cd payment-service. Again, I'm creating mkdir logs, okay. I'm creating so cd logs, and I'm creating file. Touch command you can use for file creation. You can do vi editor also, okay. Payment service dot log, okay. So if file goes to okay ls, you can see there is a payment service dot log. Let me find the through AI. Let me get the log content. 1 second. Sample log content, okay.
We can paste anything, Ravi.
No, that is a log format also, right?
Okay.
Okay, just a minute. Just 2 lines, we can add something. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I copied this. Vi payment.service.log, insert, paste. So I have given this. Okay, escape :wq exclamation mark. Okay, it's done. What I have to do is I will go to my so what is my path? pwd opt payment service logs and then payment service payment-service.log. Okay, I'll go here. First, you have to create a log source. We are creating ingestion rule. We have to create a log source first. Okay, so I'll go here, new log source, log path. Okay, rule name, payment hyphen service. Okay, payment hyphen service hyphen log. Okay, log path. Or so we have multiple types of encoding. Okay, so I'm going with the automatic, and we have to give the path. That step we are not doing it last class. Control C. I'll goes to my Dynatrace server portal. I'll paste this class. What is the file name? Payment-service.log, right? It is a logs, right? Okay. Nothing else. Okay. No advanced, no key values. Key value you can add, right? Then it will easier to understand is coming from where. Okay. So this allow binary content. Also you can allow and create. I have created. Okay. Now once you have created, then you have to create an ingestion rule. Okay. So I'll goes to this itself. I'll modify, edit, rule name payment hyphen service.log. Okay, then log source, this is not needed, and this I have to add it. Okay, you have to add this path. Ensure that after adding you should tick button. Okay, so if you remove this, right, and if you add it, there is a tick button, you have to add it. Okay, then save changes. After that, once you have created, restart your OneAgent. Systemctl restart OneAgent.service. check the status. Is it running? Wait for few minutes. Goes to log page. Okay, run the query. Now I will search why filter option is not coming. Source. What is it? Log dot source. Wait. Log dot source equal to control V. Use OPT. Okay. I'm running for last 10 minutes. Apply. Is coming. Now you understood how you can do that for custom log source. For any, first you have to create a source. Means first you have to create this path and then you have to assign this path. Are you getting my point? Is that clear? Yes,
Yeah.
no. Okay. So this step we are missing. Okay, yesterday I don't know how come that source we have not configured and just we have started with ingestion rules. It won't work. Okay. Now there is a third way how you can ingest the logs via Fluentbit. So if you go to that log setting tab, right? Collect and capture and log monitoring. If you go, there is a via Fluentbit server. How you can do that? Anyone has worked use Fluentbit? Is open source. Okay. Fluentbit. Anyone has used this? No. So how you can do that, right? So let's do that. Okay. So what I will do, I have created one server, right? Which is your Fluentbit server. So already I have logged in. This is my Fluentbit server. So first, yeah, go ahead.
Is it similar to OpenTelemetry that log for
No.
line plane?
Similar to anyone use Elasticsearch log stacks component. This is a log zipper. Okay. Collect the logs and they have an input output plugin. You had send the logs via APIs. Okay. So these are the tools, right? Component which is called zipper, log zipper. Okay. Like a Fluentbit, log stacks. Okay. These are the log zipper. Okay. So I will go to, so how you can do that, right? So I'll go to pet clinic server first. Okay. Control C. Okay. Now what I have to do is cd/opt, okay, ls. So first I have to install Fluentbit. So how the architecture looks like. Okay. Architecture is for Fluentbit. Suppose this is your application server. Okay. This is your app server. Okay. This is your Dynatrace. Am I correct? Now, from app server to Dynatrace, you are sending a logs via Fluentbit, right? So here will be a Fluentbit.
Like hotel collector.
Just like hotel collector, huh? Okay. Now, so this is your Fluentbit central server. Central server. Okay. Here also you have to install Fluentbit Fluentbit server. Okay. Fluentbit component. Here also you have lightweight is a very lightweight component. Okay. So here also like you have Fluentbit. Here also you have to install Fluentbit. In this server also you have to. This has an input plugin. This has a okay. So there is a conf file. You have to add this, so it will go send the logs to this server, and from the via API it will send to Dynatrace. Okay. So the port is two. The port is for Fluentbit server 24224, something like that. Okay. Sending a logs. Okay. So let me check. 24224. 24224. Okay. So you have to do that, right? So on the pet clinic server, first I have to install Fluentbit. Okay. It's a very lightweight. Okay. So I'll go to my pet clinic server and let's install Fluentbit. Okay. So one second. Basically, these are the use case, right? You will be using for open source much. Okay. Not for like your basically if you are using enterprise, right, then you won't be using much. Okay. But when you are using open source, they'll ask you, hey, send the logs via Fluentbit, and then you create log parsing, lot of things. Okay. So basically, you should be knowing that. You don't know, right, when the requirement comes. Where I kept this, right? Here. Okay. So I am going to this. Okay. Run this. There's searching this installation command. Okay. So I have installed Fluentbit. Now I'll create a conf file. Fluentbit.conf file. I'll insert. I'll remove everything. Escape, :shift, %d. Everything removed. And I have this file. This file I copied. Paste this. Here you have to check the IP address for which server, where you are sending, central server, right? So second server IP, Fluentbit server, okay, which is your central server, okay? So this server IP. So it's the same network, so I can use the private IP. Okay. Okay. Escape : WQ exclamation mark. Now, once it is done, I can restart the Fluentbit. And I can check the status. So it is not running. Why? Ah. Okay. vi/etc/fluentbit.conf file. Insert I understood why it is not working, but let me check. It is running because end of the file, right? It should not get added. Okay. Now it's running. Now what I have to do is I have to go to the Fluentbit central server. This is my central server. Here also I have to install. So sudo oh. Oh, controller. So this is my Fluentbit server. So sudo space su yum update -y. Here also I have to install same thing. I'm going to see. I'm going to. It is last opt. Copying the command. Paste it. Same thing. Okay. So now what I have to do is I have to create a goes to security group, goes to inbound role, edit inbound role, add port is 24224, my IP address, and what is my IP address? Pet clinic server IP address. EC2, which I have added, right? So I need a pet clinic server IP address. Instance pet clinic demo 172. Okay, /32. Okay, so this IP address we need to add. Save rules. Okay. Now Again, I have to create a same conf file on this server, BI/etc Fluentbit, fluentbit.conf, insert escape :zip %d. I'm removing insert line and I will add this. In this, I need API token. This is my API token. I'll send via API only. But source to Fluentbit via Fluentbit, okay? API token and URL. So URL is this. Okay. Copy this. Paste it. Done. Escape : WQ exclamation mark. Now I will do daemon reload. Then restart. Check the status. It is running, right? So in this server, right, if you type ss hyphen, whether port is listening not, sudo ss hyphen tlpn pipe grep 24224. It is listening. Okay. So if you want to test it, right, you have to test it. So you see, right, it is listening. And if you want to try from the pet clinic server, what you have to do? First, you have to, anyone has idea? What you have to do? First, you have to, there's an NC command, right? Network connectivity command. So let me install this nmap. And then you type nc hyphen zv and Fluentbit server IP address. So what is my instance? Fluentbit server IP address is this. And a space 24224. You say nmap is connected. It is connected, means sending a data. That's all you have to check on the network side. Okay. So now it is done. Now what I have to do? I have to go to my Dynatrace portal, logs, check the logs for last 2 minutes, 5 minutes, apply, run this. Now how you can check that the coming from Fluentbit, it is coming from OneAgent? How you can check that? If you go here, right? So this is coming via host. You see this? This is also coming via host. So what I will do is what is the log path I have given? What is the log path I have given? V cat slash etc slash fluentbit.conf opt pet clinic logs pet clinic dot logs, which is good. So now I will search this log source only. Okay. Log dot source equal to paste this. Why it is not coming? Might be a permission issue. Running. Both are running. So what I can do is I will check the Fluentbit logs. Hmm. Now let's check this. All are coming via OneAgent only. Fill file log source. Let me check. It's for Java only. Okay. API token we have added. vi/etc/ Fluentbit fluentbit.conf API token we have added. This is correct. Oh,
Ravi, someone is waiting in the lobby. Could you please allow them?
was waiting. Okay. Now the error is coming. The binding socket cannot listen the port 24224. Oh, how come? Port we have open, right? You see this? How you can check the connectivity? Means where we have the Fluentbit installation, right? So we have installed on the OPT directory, right? So Fluentbit -bit, and then you give the conf file and check whether it is error, either any errors are coming or not. So the basically is a port is not listening. Aborting 24224.
Something else is using that port.
That's what I'm thinking.
We can do with netstat-ino, right? Netstat. It will show you if that port is being used.
1 second. Ah.
Sir, what are we doing now, sir?
We are sending logs via sudo ss -tulpn pipe. It is listening. 1 second. What is the pet clinic server IP? EC2. $130.99, right? Hey, I have not opened 99. You see? That is the reason I have added different port. You see? Okay, it is there. Let me delete this. 99 is there. This I am deleting it. Save. Status is correct. Failed to initialize input initialization. Then what else? Let's go to the pet clinic server. This is also running bi/etc/fluentbit. Host I'm giving .logs. This is the 32, right? Instance. Hmm, 32 only. Hmm. Configuration test is successful. Here also says test is successful. Then what is the issue? Okay, let's do one thing, because cd/opt/dynatrace /OneAgent/agent ls /uninstall.sh. Agent I'm installing because two component, right? It is very difficult, right? Dynatrace agent has to be pick, yeah, Fluentbit has to be pick. They are getting confused. So that is the reason I'm removing that agent, and then we'll see, because both the configurations are correct only. You understand, right? Now one agent is also fetching the logs, right? Sending the logs. And now this guy is also Fluentbit also trying to send the logs, which is, so that is the reason, might be, I'm not sure. So now what I will do is I will restart, check the status. Okay. Now I will check the dry run. Test is successful. Now I'll goes to my pet clinic server. Here also successful. Now let's see whether log is coming or not. Wait for few minutes. If log is coming within 1 minute, it will be your, hey, it is coming. Now you see. So now if I'll open this, what is the log source? What is the log source? API source. Because from Pet clinic, this pet Fluentbit server to central server to Dynatrace via APIs only, right? That is the reason we have added this configuration, right? Authorization token and APIs and URL. So basically, we are doing via this way to from central server to Dynatrace. Okay. So you see this? That is the reason because OneAgent was there. So that is the reason it is very difficult to send because both the guys are trying, right? So that is the reason it is getting blocked. Is that clear? You see
Ravi, I
this?
had a
Yeah,
question.
go ahead.
So what's the difference here, like where we retrieving the data logs from the Fluent bit and where we for the use case one where
Hmm.
we retrieve the logs via API,
One,
right? So
OneAgent, right? Basically, you want to segregate like why peoples are moving from OneAgent to Fluentbit, correct?
yeah,
Because when you install OneAgent, so there is a three types of mode. What are the types of mode?
full
Infrastructure,
stack, yeah,
full stack, and discovery, correct? All the three modes log can be sent to Dynatrace, okay? But the thing is, now you want to monitor only logs, not servers. Are you getting my point?
yeah,
There is a scenario, you'll get some scenario. Hey, I don't want to monitor server. Just monitor the logs for this application from this server, right? These are the logs file. Okay. You monitor that. I don't want to monitor servers. Servers are getting monitored by different tools, different way. Even AWS CloudWatch is getting monitored. Open source is doing the Prometheus Grafana for that they are monitoring, right? Why should I monitor infrastructure? Then what are the license we will get consumed? Two types of license. One is infrastructure monitoring for that license. Then for log data ingestion for log monitoring that license. Correct.
yeah.
So if you see log license cost, see. Now you suppose you installed infrastructure monitoring. Most of the server infrastructure only. Even logs also can be. So $7 for discovery. $7 is also, and then for log also you have to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for logs also you have to do that. Log monitoring, right? 0.20 dollar per GB, right? Ingest and process. Only I have to pay for this one, right? Not for 7, correct? You understand?
Yeah.
That is the reason. Sometimes that is the reason people are why they are moving to open telemetry. Now, what is happening here is I'll tell you. So why people are moving to open telemetry? Why people are moving to open source like Fluentbit or Logstar? Because of that only. Is that clear? Wherever you see lot of data parsing we have, okay, you have not seen directly they'll send via open telemetry. It is very difficult to data parsing in the open telemetry. Okay, that is the reason they have come up with a bind plane. Okay, but in the log stacks and Fluentbit, you can parse the data in the output input file and output file configuration file we have, right? Where you can write it. Even the open telemetry also you can send the hotel collector, then you can do the parsing. Okay. And then so basically people used to do via open telemetry. Yeah, this guy Fluentbit, yeah, Logstars, something. Okay. And then they used to send the data to Dynatrace. Any tools, not Dynatrace, Datadog, Neural Lake, Grafana, anywhere you can send.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So just to
Someone
think,
is in the lobby, Ravi. Just pinged in the WhatsApp.
Manoj. Okay. So
Yeah.
this part is clear. How you can send the
So
data. Yeah, go
is
ahead.
so this value whatever you're showing is for SaaS only, or is it for
Okay. Managed license now, Dynatrace, I think they have stopped selling. Okay. You have not seen the if you go to the Dynatrace, right, UI, this is for SaaS only, but they have not mentioned anywhere for Dynatrace managed license. Okay. Either you use SaaS or managed, that doesn't care. They are using this much for this. Okay, some of the features which is not available in managed. Okay, which is your in the database monitoring we'll talk about Grill database. Okay, the highly robust database. Okay, which is built on core AI. Okay, so those kind of features they don't have that. Even the DQL and all we don't have in the managed. Okay, only SaaS has those kind of concept. That is the reason I think you might have seen Dynatrace is even trying to stop that selling managed environment. Okay, only they would like to sell SaaS because most of the organization now they are using SaaS. Okay, even they have a data constraint like a data boundary where you cannot send the data outside the organization, but they have NDA, non-disclosure agreement, all those things. That is the reason people are using SaaS. So and SaaS has more robust feature compared to managed. But still people are using managed, which are the older, right? They are in the classic license. They are using managed. Okay. So now this part is clear how you can send the data via Fluentbit to Dynatrace.
Sir, so today, now what you've shown is sending logs from third-party tool into Dynatrace?
Yeah. So what we have done is, this is your application server. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And this is your Dynatrace. Okay. Now, if I'll go via OneAgent, then I have to install OneAgent as a full stack mode, or infrastructure mode, or discovery mode. Correct? If I'll install infrastructure mode, I have to pay for infrastructure monitoring, which is your CPU, memory, disk process, which costs $29 for 8 GB RAM. Just to think we have 64 GB of RAM. Example. Okay. In the organization, 8 GB RAM, wherever you see, only will see 16 GB RAM, 32 GB RAM, 64 GB RAM, something like that, right? Because the application server. So it is a 16 GB RAM. Example. So 29 into 2, $58 per month I have to pay for server monitoring. Then for log ingestion, extra I have to pay, correct? But however, the server is getting monitored by open source. Yeah, different tools, logic monitor. You take example. Then in that case, only log has to be ingested, right? So log, when your log you are ingesting to Dynatrace, so there is a multiple way. There is a log zipper tool, which is your Fluentbit. Okay. Then we have log stash. Okay. So these are the log zipper tools. Okay. You can send a log from application server to Fluentbit server. Okay. And from Fluentbit server to Dynatrace via APIs. Okay. So you can send. So in that case, infra monitoring, nothing is required. OneAgent is not required. Okay. So it will be easier for you when you are sending via Fluentbit or Logstash data parsing, right? It will be easy. What kind of data you want to send, all those things. That is the reason it will be easy. And both are open source. Is that clear? Both are open source.
So, sir, what is the benefit that now we got, sir, out of this, other than cost?
That's it. My use case is like that only. I don't want to see. Now tell me, Dynatrace is sending alert. Now your Prometheus Grafana also monitoring that server, right? Then why should I monitor the server from two tools? Both will send the same alert, right? CPU goes 90%. Dynatrace also will create one incident, and your Prometheus also will create one incident. You want to manage two incidents? No, I don't want to do that. That is the reason some of the use case, right? I want to monitor only logs. Then people used to go via Fluentbit. Yeah, log stats. Yeah, OpenTelemetry. OpenTelemetry can monitor your other things also, but you can monitor logs also through OpenTelemetry. Only logs. Metric trace, you can remove that, and you can monitor only logs. Yeah, tell me.
So, sir, normally if we're getting alerts from other tools, then we can correlate those alerts.
Then you
Can we
have
not do it here?
no, you cannot correlation, right? Because the other tool is sending alert to ServiceNow, and Dynatrace is sending a to ServiceNow. Then in the between, you have to add some layer which is your Moogsoft, where you have a deduplication. Yeah, ServiceNow itself, you have to create a correlation, okay, from this tool, and then you have to do that.
So nowadays we have MOM layer coming up, sir.
Which
Yeah,
is
the AOps layer.
So
APS layer. I understand that. What I'm saying is, you will get some kind of use case where you want to send the logs via Fluentbit, and you should be knowing that.
so
Go ahead.
so question, sir, is can Dynatrace SaaS version also do the since it is receiving logs from other source, will it correlate or
Correlate with what?
No.
No.
Example, there is a network switch failure.
Example, I'll tell you. I
To that
understood that. So there is some failure. Okay. So now you are sending a logs via this also and that also, and you are thinking that Dynatrace will do the correlation. Dynatrace will not do the correlation. For that, you have to add one layer, because just you are sipping the logs. You are not doing any kind of correlation. Okay. Once you receive that Dynatrace, right? In the middle layer, you have to do some correlation. You have to create some logics. So you can do that. But in Dynatrace, once you receive, then you can create some rules for that, where is coming, all those things. But you cannot do correlation.
So we cannot do correlation, right?
No.
Okay.
Because you are
Even
sending from
same
different source, right? One source is something Fluentbit. One source is suppose one server, same application server, sending via other tools. How, and it is receiving to Dynatrace. What correlation you will do? Now you see that one logs coming via APIs. One log, same logs is coming via Fluentbit. What correlation they can do? Nothing they can do, because
network. If it comes from network,
here
it
is
can
a
do correlation, right?
network level. You are saying is correlation.
Sir, I'm just asking
No,
if
it cannot do.
it
It
can
can.
do it or not.
No, it cannot do.
I'm
It
not
cannot do.
debating, sir.
It cannot do. Okay. Okay, so this is the second use case. Okay, this is third use case. Okay, now fourth use case is how you can send a log. So you might have seen, right, application team, which are the application you have, like like a Lambda service. Okay, where you cannot install the agent. Okay, yeah, you have Azure Function app, right? They used to store the logs in the bucket, correct? They used to store the logs in the S3 bucket, correct? So how you can send a logs from S3 bucket to Dynatrace? Anyone has done that?
No, sir.
Okay.
I have not done.
So if I'll goes to my setting tab, so in this setting, go back, set up log ingest. Then after that, we'll talk about custom bucket. So you see that, right? You have a imagine S3 log forwarder. Okay. So what I have to do is I'll goes to my AWS. Okay, I'll goes to my S3 bucket. I'll create a new bucket. Pet.
So you're sending the logs from Dynatrace to AWS
No,
S3 bucket, sir?
no. Application logs I will store in S3. Okay. Whatever the application logs we have, right? This is my pet clinic application. Okay. If I'll do tell, sorry, okay. So this is my application server, right? tel-f /opt/pet clinic logs pet clinic data. This logs you have, right? Application logs, which I have. This logs I'll send to where? S3 bucket. Always it will, whatever the logs is getting
Okay.
stored. Okay, I'll send S3 bucket, and then from Dynatrace will capture from the S3 bucket. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what I will do is, okay. So first I'll create S3 bucket. So S3 bucket pet clinic -demo. Okay. Everything I'm keeping as it is, nothing. Okay. Create. Bucket name already exists. Demo -apps-logs. Okay. Okay. Now, how you can send the logs to S3 bucket? Anyone has idea? So for that, I log in. I will go to my application server, which is my pet clinic server, and I will do. First, I'll check. You know that, right? AWS CLI has to be installed. So once you're installed, then just you type AWS configure. So by default on AWS, imagine AWS Linux, this AWS CLI will be installed. Okay, so if you type AWS configure, it will ask you access key and secret key. Okay, so I will go here. I'll go to my IAM. Okay, goes to my security credential, and you see access key and secret key, which I have created just few hours ago. Okay, so this is my access key and secret key, so which I have already. And access key and secret key is very confidential. Okay, so I have this, so you can create from here, just like a create access key, right? So you can create only, and so create access key, create this, and use apply this. It will create access key and secret key. You can download that file. Okay, so this is my, so I have this access key and secret key. So I'll copy this. I'll go here. I'll add access key, secret key. I'll paste it. This is my secret key. Region I am keeping, you can keep that region if your only one region is enabled, because in the enterprise, right, when you are working the organization level, you will not have all the region access. Okay, you will have only one region. Like if you are working for US project, you will have only North Virginia and North California, like your account is deployed. Okay, if you are working in the Asia Pacific, it might be Singapore, yeah, Sydney, something like that, right? So like that you have, if you are working for Europe project, then Europe region will be only enabled. Remaining regions will be disabled. Even you can't create, you can't do anything. Okay, but just so that you can keep the region. Otherwise, you can keep default. If you don't if you don't give any region name, then it will allow for all the region, because IAM is a global. Okay, so region name, output format, all the format. So it is done. So what I have to do is I have to upload the logs, right? To upload the logs, okay, you can use this command. Right now I'm using this command. After that we'll use the script. so that whatever the log getting generated in the application, that it will be, and you can schedule for a cron job, yeah, something like that. Yeah, you can write a script so that a script would be running, so that will send the log. So my demo hyphen, what is my bucket name? S3 bucket. This is my bucket name. Okay. Yes. And log is getting stored in this directory. Okay. I'll run this. Uploaded successfully. So now if you check this, if you go this file, you see log got added. Now this log you wanted to send, right? We have this. So now this logs, what are the logs we have? Okay. You wanted to send to Dynatrace. Where it is S3. So what I have to do? Anyone has idea? No? So what I can do is create one IAM role and trigger from lambda should get triggered always from the S3. Okay. So role I will create a Dynatrace S3 log forwarder rule. Already it was created, but again I am creating lambda. Okay. So lambda basic execution policy. Actually, I need this. Okay, execution role. Duplicate. Create next. Role. Just I'll give the spelling little bit difference. Okay. So this is my role. Okay. I've given double E. Okay. Create a roles. Once is created, I'll add one more permission. Okay. Add permission, create inline policy, JSON, and you have to give the bucket details. So I'll remove this. And what is the bucket name? Tell me. S3 bucket. Otherwise, you can go inside, you can copy the ARN also. Okay. Okay. Done. Save changes. What is the policy name? Okay. got created. Now goes to now lambda. I'll trigger from lambda. Okay, and then whatever the logs is getting generated, right? I'll write a script so that it will continuously generate a log and send to S3. Okay, so first we'll do the testing and then we'll goes to we'll create that. Okay, I'll create a function. So create a function name log forwarders. Okay, I'll take Python 3.13. Nothing. Okay, additional setting, custom execution role, because who will execute the Python? This lambda, IAM will execute. Okay, so what is the role? This. Okay, save. Tag and all you can add. Create a function. Dismiss. Let them load. So lambda function.py you need to write. Okay, which I wrote. Okay, this is my lambda function.py. Okay, deploy. Deploy successfully. Go to configuration. Create a environment variable. Edit. I need environment variable. One is for URL and one is for API token. So DT URL equal to this okay, and now I need DT token, which is your API token. So API token, I can find it here. Okay, save changes. Once you have saved, I have to create a trigger. Select a source.
S3.
S3. Select the bucket. All objects, which is fine. Acknowledge. Okay, which is your trigger action. Now what I can do is, let's from the pet clinic server, again I'm running this command, which s3cp command we ran, right? This command. So again I'm running. Okay. So s3cp opt, okay, and our demo -apps, right? Apps -logs, correct? Uploaded. Now, so it will trigger the Lambda. So if you goes to monitored section, view CloudWatch logs. See, it got triggered, right? You see that time, right? No, that is different.
15:17.
No, that is last time when I tried. You see that log forwarders. So now let me do one thing. Goes to Lambda. Monitor. Now you see, it got added. Now you see the data, right? So if you see that, you see that data, it started coming. Means if you see that last 1 hour mistake, I'm getting the data, right? Invocation count 1. You see that means one time we have ran this command. If I'll see again one more time, okay, one more time. So I have ran 3 times. So now invocation count should be 3 and will trigger the Lambda. So refresh it. So now see, now if you see the CloudWatch logs, we'll check in Dynatrace now. So see, we have log forwarders, right? You see, what is the time? 8:51. It is coming that, right? You see this? Data is coming. Now say, so see in the Dynatrace. Logs, last 1 minute, run the query. Why no logs to Dynatrace?
I think in the CloudWatch it was showing unknown URL for Dynatrace or something.
Hmm.
Can you see the logs? There is somewhere it is mentioned unknown URI. Yeah, URL, unknown URL type.
What is the Dynatrace URL? ZBU, right? 82801.
HTTP not required.
HTTP we have given, no? Not given. Let's check the environment variable. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for catching. Now, let's run something. Just we are uploading, okay, manually. Then after that, you can write a script so that can generate a logs. What are the logs? So every 1 minute, you can send the logs to S3. Okay, that we can do that. So now let's see our goes to test, not test function log forwarders monitor. Now you see count is coming. We'll see the CloudWatch logs. So we are checking for S3 log forwarders. We have created, right? Function name is Dynatrace S3 log forwarders, right? You see this function name is Dynatrace S3 log forwarders. So we are checking for log forwarders. Where it went? Not this one here. Search or log stream. Now it is sending, you see, 204 means created. You see this?
Yeah.
So now if you this goes to log and search for 5 minutes and check the data, you can find the logs. Got it? So if you see this, it is coming via S3 bucket. 1 second. Somebody is knocking my door. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now you understood. Now it is coming via S3 bucket. You see this? S3 key, S3 bucket. So now, which we are uploading manually. For that, what we can do is we can write a script. Okay. So what we can do is, okay. Where I wrote a script here. Hmm. So you want to generate a continuous log. So I will go here. I will copy. Okay. This is for not this. Okay. I did for payment service. Okay. So I will generate. So I can write this. Okay.
This is for forwarding, moving the latest logs to S3 bucket, right?
Basically, it will generate a logs. Okay. Always. Okay. So this is for not, this is, you can write a script. I have not wrote a script for this. I wrote for different use case. After that, we'll talk about, right? Which is your custom bucket assignment. Okay. For that, I wrote a script so that will generate a logs. Okay. For this, so forwarding this S3, right, to, you can write a script so that every 1 minute, every 2 minutes, it will generate a logs and it will send to uh, S3, and then from S3 automatically. When you send a log to S3, then it will get AWS Lambda will trigger and will send to Dynatrace. Okay. Basically, whichever the applications, right, it uh, which is running as a Lambda service and storing the logs S3 now, and they want to only monitor the logs for Lambda and all, right? Log is very much compared to the service. Log is more important, right? So that is the reason they used to monitor the logs, and this is the best approach people used to follow with that. Okay. Because right now we are doing the POC, that is the reason we are uploading the logs to S3, right? But for Lambda, we have a Lambda application itself, right? Then there is a log or itself we have in, they are storing in S3, right? In that case, just what you have to do, you have to create one function and trigger from the S3. That's it. Is that clear?
Yes.
So now, next use
I will-
case. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, for this is only applicable for the Amazon, right? Like AWS.
Huh.
How about Azure?
So if you have Azure service, right? So your
Yeah.
Azure, if your Azure storage here you are using, they don't have direct approach. Azure storage to send Dynatrace. So you can do that.
Okay.
Okay, you can create a Azure function app. Okay, Azure function also we have, right? You can
Yes.
trigger from that, and you can do some integration, something like that. You have to try, and then you have to do that. Okay, because they have not given. If you goes to setting,
You cannot take it from the Azure Monitor or integrate with Azure Monitor.
For that, definitely you can do that. Okay, but a lot of things you have to do that. Okay, so if you see here for log modules, sorry, log modules, going log modules. See, Dynatrace is not blocking you anywhere. Okay, just you have to develop your own if it is not there. Okay, so if you goes to log monitoring, set up log ingest. Direct means it is very easier to send to Dynatrace via API or something, whatever options we have, they have given that. You can ingest, you see, AWS Lambda, Amazon still log Amazon data for us. Apart from that, they have not given. So now you have to try, then you have to go to the hub and you have to try. Okay, you have to first check Dynatrace document. Okay, speak with that whether this feature is available, yes, yeah, no, and then you implement that. Okay, so Azure storage, right? You see Azure logs we have. Get insight from Azure logs is log one. Okay, so Azure, Microsoft Azure integration is that. Azure Key Vault we have.
Your function also.
Function also we have. App service, file storage also you have. You can do that. blob storage, file storage, disk storage, everywhere, whatever options you have, you can send that. Okay, you need to try, but they have not direct integrations. Okay.
This Lambda functions we need to create, or AWS infra guys will do in real time.
Real time, which code which I wrote, right?
Yeah.
And deployed. So what this code will do, you have to write this script
Okay.
so that it will take a logs, forward the logs to Dynatrace. So if you see the script, right? Okay, let me. The script, I kept it where. Okay. What a script is doing, taking the from S3 logs and sending to Dynatrace. You see, you are importing JSON, OS, Gunzip, right? There are multiple folders we have, right? In zip folder also, and that is the reason we are importing. Okay, and then S3 we have this. Then you have taken the DT URL. It will take from the environment variable DT token. Then you have created a function sent to Dynatrace records, encoded in UTF-8 format. Then dataset you have taken, method you have taken post API, and then you have taken the content in JSON, and you are doing the via API token you are ingesting, right? Then again you have created Lambda handler, which will do take the data from the S3 and it will send to Dynatrace in the output records. Okay, and the status is 200. Okay, so means it is recorded successfully, right? So these things you have to write. Okay, the
Yeah.
small things you have to write, and you have to do that. Okay, not
So
like
this is custom, right?
huh,
It's something which is written by like for this purpose by
this is
you.
for
It can be
by
different from person to person. Yeah,
it
okay.
it can be different, right? From person to person. Okay, suppose you want to send you have, so I have only one bucket example. Okay, I have a one bucket, right? You might have if I goes to my S3 bucket, I have only one bucket, which is S3 app logs, right? And we are sending logs, right? Now you might have many buckets, right? And you need to send. So you can create one bucket, right? And whatever the IAM rule I have created, and which I have assigned this S3 policy, inline policy for S3 bucket, which this IAM user can access this S3 roles. Which I have assigned right here. You see this. Okay, this permission. Basically, you have to give all the S3 bucket details.
Okay.
Suppose you have a 10 bucket, 20 bucket. Application team might have 100 bucket, 50 bucket, 20 bucket, 10 bucket, right? So you have to give all the ARNs. And inside the bucket, you have many folder. Example. That is the reason I have given a star. So your app.logs, this is a bucket name. Inside you have many folders. Example, dev, UAT, prod. Yeah, some application logs, some, different service logs, right? So you have a many folder, right? That is the reason I have given the bucket name. Okay, and then inside the bucket, any folders. You take the data, send to Dynatrace. Okay, so you have to attach this, right? You might have 10 ARN, 8 ARN, something like that. Okay, because for each suppose you have a example, you have a 10 example, 10 service. Okay, 10 application lambda function, they have 10 S3 buckets, they're storing the logs, right? For that each lambda function you will writing one and sending to Dynatrace. No, right? For 100 lambda I will write one lambda function to take all the logs from the S3 and send to Dynatrace. I'll not create 10. So what I have to do, everything will be same, just here bucket details will get added, bucket ARN will get added like anything. Is that clear? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any questions? You ask me, okay? See, example, suppose real-time environment, you have 100 Lambda function, okay? And 100 Lambda function, they are storing a logs, okay? So there is a, suppose example, all the applications are Lambda functions only, okay? So we have login service. We have authentication service. We have payment service. We have booking service. We have journey service. Okay, example, this many service we have. Each service associated with one S3, a different S3 bucket. So we have S3, this managed by different teams. So I have created S3 bucket. S3, just you type login -S3, whatever. Okay, authentication -S3, payment -S3, journey booking -S3, journey -S3. Correct. Now tell me for this logs I want to send. This logs I have 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 to send. What you will do? Everything is getting stored where? S3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 buckets. What I will do? I will create. Okay.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Class lo mani cheppandi.
Okay, I'll create a S3 bucket. Okay. So all we have S3 buckets. All the logs are there in the S3 buckets.
Avandi.
I'll create one Lambda function.
Ichchara naku.
First, I'll create a IAM role. Okay. Which can execute your Lambda.
Em teccharandi mauliya.
Lambda and attach the S3 bucket ARN. Okay. Once you attach, create one Lambda function and trigger from this and send it.
Same కింద మౌలని
either clear, guys? Okay. So now coming to the
okay.
Guys, can you go for a mute? Whoever is speaking.
Okay.
Now, next thing is how you can create a custom bucket. Anyone is aware of the custom bucket? One is default bucket. Anyone heard about this custom bucketing for log monitoring? Guys, tell me yes, no. Most of them are left. Kiran, Rupesh, Sridhar, are you aware of this custom bucket? How you can create a custom bucket?
No, Ravi, I'm not.
Okay. This is the, see, so you see, log is getting stored, right? Are you getting my point? So default storage is for log monitoring. Log data is how many days?
35 days.
35 days. Okay. Now suppose I want to store a log for 90 days. In that case, what I have to do? I have to create a custom bucket. I have to create a bucket storage management. For these are the logs I want to store for 90 days. Okay. So I'm creating a bucket storage management. Okay. I'm creating a new bucket. Bucket name is custom underscore log. Okay. Display name you can give. So I'm doing for custom logs, right? Which is I have generated a custom, I've created a custom log, correct? Remember? For payment service, we have created a custom logs, right? So cd/opt/payment service cd logs ls. So we have payment service logs. For that, I'll create a custom. For these logs, I want to store in custom bucket. Okay. So like this, you will get a requirement. So I'm giving the bucket name is payment service. Okay. Go here. I'll create a payment service -logs. -logs. This is a display name is optional. You can give this bucket table type logs. How many days you want to retention? So custom bucket storage you can retain from 1 days to 10 years. Now you are saying, so you might have seen, right? Bank, yeah, any financial organizations. Guys, can you go for a mute? Whoever is speaking. So any financial organization, they would like to store some data, user information data, or some log information, like a 1 year. Have you seen that? That the bank has a requirement. Okay, like some of the banks store for 7 years. SBI store your information. Suppose you have deleted your account, everything from the SBI, Indian Bank, okay? They'll store your information for 7 years. Okay? After that, they'll
Yes.
delete the data. Like this, every country has some policies, okay? They, according to that RBI or whatever you say, right? They have a guideline. They have to store the information. Okay? Anytime audit will happen, they can ask. Okay? So I'm storing for 90 days, example. Okay? Okay, so there is a user based query, retain included queries. I want to retain included queries, everything. Query period also I am giving 30 days. Okay, create. So I have created a custom logs bucket. So refresh it. So this is my custom logs. Okay, this is my and display name is payment service logs. Okay, and I want to store for 90 days. Now, how this custom logs, which is here, tell-have payment service.logs, it will get a store in that bucket. Currently, whatever the logs, so what I can do is, let me write a script for this. Okay, already I have the script. Okay, what I can do is, sudo via opt payment service logs generator logs.sh will generate a logs in insert. I'll give this bin bash while true do echo and payment service process order id random. It will take 1900 and it is stored in opt payment service logs. Okay, sleep 5 done. Escape :wq exclamation mark. So now ls we have, what I have to do is I have to give the permission, right, to execute it. Okay, okay, if you do ls, so we have the / generate log.sh and shift 7. If you run, it will run in the background. Okay, you see that, right? Process id got created. So now if I'll goes to my Dynatrace and if you see the logs, oh, now OneAgent has to be installed on the server. Then only it can be done, right? Otherwise, how this payment service can send the data? Ah, now you see that, right? Problems. So system ctl stop Fluentbit service. Okay, first I have to okay, ps-ef pipe grep fluent bit. Okay, kill -9 40708 40708. Okay, let me install OneAgent also. OneAgent can be installed, right? This fine. That guy will not send the data, which is fine. Cell goes to discover page.
It is already there, right? The binary.
No, no.
We can use it.
Binary will be there, yeah.
And log also,
CD
like it is already.
home/ec2-user ls. We have this binary, right? We can just install it.
I think, yeah, I think history is in the history command also will be there, right?
Yeah, history will be there, but let's run this, okay? Because last time when we are doing this Fluentbit, right, we have uninstalled Dynatrace OneAgent. That is the reason this was failing. Fluentbit was failing.
Maybe one question. So
Hmm.
see, like we have a lot of other log solutions which are like cheaper and just specifically for the log management.
Hmm.
So anything like a Splunk or like a Elastic, if they have, like they will be recommending that one, right? How popular the log management through Dynatrace the customers are recommending, or like it's
Now,
because the cost are coming to it. Yeah.
so now compared to that, right? Because see, uh, why it is they are doing via Dynatrace, because now your infra monitoring, APM monitoring, so single pane of glass, okay? And now log is more robust compared to like a Splunk or something, okay? Is more robust. You cannot say that it is not robust. It is more robust. Completely structured. If you go to the distributed traces, right there itself, you can find the complete logs. Automatically filter the query and it will give you the information, right? What are for this trace, automatically will send you the log, give you the logs information. It is complete precise format. Everywhere you can see. So it is easier for you to do that. Okay, that is the reason nowadays peoples are migrating. You know that Marriott Hotel, right? I work for Marriott for 3 months as a consultant. Their requirement is they are migrating log monitoring from a Splunk to Dynatrace. Okay,
Okay.
so that is the reason. Okay, so now you see, so my log is getting captured. So now I will goes to here, go to logs, check for our first log source. Not this one. Log source equals payment service. Wait for few minutes. We have configured that, right? Log source, collect and capture, log monitoring, rule. Hmm. Payment service. Log path is there. Payment happen service dot logs. ingest rules are there. Now, if I goes to my here, last 1 minute, apply. Is it running? Now, if I goes to logs, now it started coming. It is coming. Okay. Now, so 9:24, we have a data. It takes time little bit. We have restarted. I think then only started coming. So now what I have to do is custom bucket I have created. So your storage management we have created, which is your custom bucket. Now how payment service. So now if you see this, all the logs, it is going to default bucket. Let them load here. Trial account is always slow. You see. Ah, what is happening? Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Now we can hear.
I think my internet was not as stable. So now you see, right? All the logs going default bucket, default underscore logs. Okay. All the logs. Storage is 30 days. But our custom logs, custom.logs, I have created a custom bucket. For one logs, payment service logs, I want to store for 90 days. So now you see, so for that, how you can, I have created a custom bucket for 90 days. I have to go to the process and this page. I'll go to the open pipeline, logs. People used to ask during the interview for custom bucket assignment. Definitely one question from this. Okay. I have to create a dynamic rod. Pipeline, create a pipeline, member pipeline, payment service first, hyphen service. Okay, just create this. Nothing. Okay. Now you goes to dynamic rods, create a dynamic rod, name payment hyphen service
Why we need
hyphen,
this open?
I'll tell you. Open pipeline is not needed. Okay, but if you can see the graph. Okay, I'll create this. So I need to create a matching condition. So because if you don't create a pipeline, then you will not get options to select. Understand? Match value log source opt payment service logs payment service dot logs. Right? This is my source. And what is the pipeline? Otherwise, you have to take a default pipeline. You understand? That is the reason I have created a one pipeline. I have not created any processors and all. Just I have created one pipeline, so I can take that pipeline. Otherwise, you have to take it a default. Is it clear? So add it. Save changes. So now you see the data is 0%. Means still the data is not coming. Matching coming under this. Okay. Refresh it. Wait for some times. Check log is getting generated. That is the reason I wrote a script. Still there again there is no logs. I wrote a script here. What happened? Oh. Goes to my security group. I'll take not more than 15 minutes. Okay. I know many people are left. Check. It is coming. Now, if you see this and refresh it, it will take time for 4 to 5 minutes. It goes to understood. Still data is not came. See, it is processing. Okay, wait for a few minutes. Okay, so setting. Because this pipeline, right? So see this pipeline, whether data is coming or not, what I can do is I'll go here and view records ingested in notebooks. Yeah, over time in notebook. Anyone you can try. You will see whether data is getting ingested in this pipeline or not. If yes, you can able to see that. Then check the logs. So we are getting the data, means the graph will come for sure. There's still 0% here. Dynamic rot. Let's check in the logs. You can see in the logs, when logs is getting generated, you can see the logs, it is coming under which pipeline. So now if I'll see the last logs, you see this? You see this? Guys, it is coming which pipeline? Payment service pipeline. Logs dot payment
Custom
service.
pipeline. Yeah.
Custom pipeline which we have created. Okay. If you want to validate other logs coming under which pipeline, just run this. Okay. And let's take for last 2 hours and check for existing records. For pet clinic application. So if file goes to not current, because we have filtered nothing, we have source we have added. So let's goes to, suppose I am going to this. If you see pipelines here, see logs dot default. The default retention period is 35 days. But your latest logs, it is coming via payment service pipeline. Only custom logs. Still these are default. Why? Because it is a default log. So we have not. So now we have to search payment service logs for last 10 minutes. Let's run this. So this is the last logs 934. This is coming via OpenPipeline. Is your custom pipeline. So pipeline which we have created, right? Somebody asked, right? Why, sir, OpenPipeline you have created? Now you understood. Now you see distribution 2%. So it is getting increased now. The data has started coming. So this is the way you can able to create a custom bucket and you can assign that. Okay, you'll get a multiple requirement when you are getting a chance to or implement like a log monitoring and do custom bucket, all those things. Because many organizations they are using that custom bucket. Okay, we'll talk about more open pipeline. We'll discuss when we'll discuss a 1 year 2 use case. We'll talk about how you can do open pipeline, how you can set up the. You might have heard about this, right? Open pipeline, right? So we'll talk about that, how you can do the open pipeline, how you can do the data parsing, all those things, and you can send the data to Dynatrace. But custom bucket, most of the organization, they used to ask during the interview. Even I used to ask if I'll take someone. Custom bucket, workflow, then custom log monitoring, custom log path monitoring, how you can ingest the logs from AWS S3 to Dynatrace, OpenTelemetry, OneAgent mode, database monitoring, AWS integration, this kind of things, right? Definitely anyone asks. Then DQL little bit, okay, and then some of the features. That's it. If they are able to answer, you can understand these guys have worked on Dynatrace. Is that clear? Any questions?
Is this a new concept, open pipeline?
See, this custom bucket, open pipeline, SRE workflow, all are new concepts. Okay. Is that clear? At least you should be knowing little bit. Okay. See, when you are working on the customer side, okay, definitely you'll have a customer support, professional service will be getting assigned.